Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Libra, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's the weekly reading for December 16th to the 22nd. This week, Libra, we have the Imrama Oracle card, we have the Six of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. So guys, I mean, this bottom row here for me is very much, the past or what's playing out at the moment, and then this top row here, definitely, what's to come, the moving on from a difficult situation and the beautiful things to come. So, we have to remember that with every ending comes beautiful new beginnings, even if it's not easy at the time. We need to think of that. So before we unpack cards, I'm just going to read out that oracle card for you. Imrama, what are you being called to journey to? The Celtic word Imrama means journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we're going, but our soul knows the way. If you pull this card, you're either being called on a soul journey or already on one. It could be to a physical, ancient place or metaphoric. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. You're being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is a journey to the world's sacred sites, or called to cross the country, climb a mountain, lie in a desert, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. Yeah, well, for me, the meaning I'm taking from that is definitely a journey back to yourself, back to your higher self, and getting back on track with your life's purpose, because can definitely see in the recent past here that there could have been a sense of stagnation from that, feeling a little bit stuck in a situation, the type of situation that absolutely just, didn't deliver for you, or once you got into that situation, it wasn't how it promised to be or how it seemed on the outside. That's what I'm feeling with this combination. This is a general reading, guys, so it will be different for everyone, but for example, it can be, getting into a relationship with somebody who, seemed to be very, organized and great and meticulous on the outside, and then you move in with them and it turns out they're a bit of a slob, or, they're difficult to live with, or, they're really reactive and you didn't see that side of them till then. In the work situation, it can be that role that promises to be one thing and turns out to be the other. Maybe you're expected to work really long hours, or is unrealistic expectations, or, hollow promises of pay rises, of progression. And, whatever this is, this situation has, kept you in a state of stagnation, and maybe also, in a position where you've lost that contact with your intuitive centers. Like, you can see this person in the Eight of Swords is bound around their third eye, heart and gut. So it's like this situation has kind of put a bit of a halt on you, and you've become a little bit disconnected from your higher self. And when we're disconnected from our higher self, it's hard for us to make the decisions that are best for us. And sometimes, we can't make a decision. Indecision is actually one of the decision-making modes. And it's like, there has been a clear path out of this situation, but I think a lot of you haven't really known how to get out of it. This situation hasn't delivered. The reason why you might be stuck in it is because the hollow promises, the hollow words from this other party, person, boss, lover, whoever it is, could have kept coming. So you're like, okay, I'll just hang in there a bit longer, I'll just hang in there a bit longer. But with each bit longer, you have become further and further away from, from the new opportunities that are coming in for you, from your self-esteem, from your sense of self-empowerment, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm really seeing here on the outside. Potentially, some of you may have gone for that shiny, bright thing, whether it's the person that, is very beautiful on the outside, the job offer that seemed very attractive. But once you've scratched the surface, I feel like, the inside or the reality of that situation didn't match up to how it looked on the external. So yeah, I mean, Ten of Swords is definitely the focus energy for you this week. It is a painful ending, guys. It often is when we stay in something longer than we should, or past its use by date. So, it's time to bring this to a close, and it can be an ending that comes with a betrayal or a sense of deception. Some of you might feel deceived by this person, by those false words, those hollow promises. Some of you could be burnt out physically, mentally. Depression, anxiety, adrenal, chronic fatigue can link to the Ten of Swords. But it says that this ending absolutely must happen, because there is this, this bright dawn right on the horizon that's ready to eclipse this darkness, and we can see what that's going to turn into. So with the Ten of Swords, we really want to leave it and not stay in it. We don't want to get any more of this, and we must end that Ten of Swords ending, because otherwise we can find ourselves calling in tower moments as well, where the universe really has to step in and shake things up because you're not really noticing those signs. But yeah, I think you're going to notice those signs, and moving on is going to be the theme. So, that Six of Swords is about making that necessary rite of passage away from a situation that didn't serve you, that caused you these turbulent emotions, and moving towards harmony, peace, abundance, new opportunities. It is a forward movement that can carry some sense of sadness or despair with it, but we know we need to do it, because we need to do it in order to raise our vibration and connect with the experiences that we truly desire. If possible, we want to leave these swords on the shore. You've been carrying swords or surrounded by them for some way, and those swords can be those harsh words that were said to us, the negative thoughts that we think about ourselves, all of those kind of things. If possible, leave them on the shore and carry on with an empty vessel, so that we don't, relive or repeat the cycle or carry that energy with us and then end up attracting like experiences and situations. We must cut those energetic cords, guys, because if you do manage to do that, cut those cords, create energetic space for new situations to come in, well, I think you'll find that they're right behind the sliding door. I mean, here we have the Ace of Wands. We'll start with that. And I particularly like seeing the Ace of Wands in this reading, because Wands is all about, re-establishing that sense of passion and, action and energy and enthusiasm for life again, which we see is quite opposite to where you might have been coming from in the recent past in the situation. It can be a passionate new offer, and that can be in romance, or it can also be in the career front, a job or a role or a project that you feel deeply connected with and enthusiastic about, and that has really the potential to grow into great abundance for you, because we have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is all about independence, self-sufficiency, making it on your own without needing anyone else, without needing anyone else's promises, without having to hold on to that. This is about you coming back into control and realizing that you have everything within yourself to become successful and achieve your own sense of abundance. Now, we need to keep in mind with the Pentacles, it can be slow-moving energy. I think, you'll get some opportunities coming in pretty quick, but as we know, Pentacles are slow-moving energy, and Aces, as being the first, number one in the suit of Wands, these are pure potential. These are the seeds that need to be watered, loved, nurtured, inspire action taken in order to grow and develop them. But the promise is a Nine of Pentacles, self-actualization, self-sufficient, abundant future. But it all starts, Libra, with moving away from the situations that are not serving, leaving the relationships, the jobs, all of those things that are just not delivering. Because when we close a door, we create the space for something else to come in and for a new door to open. So Libra, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you all the best with it this week. It could be challenging for some of you. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so it won't be for every Libra out there. Leave me a comment if you'd like to share how it's going in your daily life, because I always love to hear, and I'll see you back here next week for another reading.